What's going on, guys? My name is Carlos. I build Jeeps, and the latest version of my current Jeep is right behind me. Let's talk about it. I'm Carlos Chavira. I go by a guy with a Jeep on all social media platforms. And what I really love to do is build cool Jeeps that set apart from the rest. Day one of getting my license, I got my hands on a 1986 Jeep Cherokee, and immediately I was hooked. Since then, I've had probably 14 or 15 other Jeeps, and the one behind me is the one that I've had the longest. And because of that, it's the one that I've changed the most. I got this Jeep about 5 years ago, and the very first thing that I did was a lift kit, wheels, and tires. Since that day, the Jeep has kind of taken on a life of its own. This Jeep behind me started as a base model 4-door Jeep Wrangler, and it's obviously not that anymore. A big part of this build was trying to come up with something that nobody else had done, and that's what led us down the road of a flatbed Jeep JK Wrangler. So I worked with a cool company out in South Carolina. We put together a conversion kit to be able to turn your 4-door into a 2-door, and then I built a custom flatbed to go on the back. Because I'd already committed to practically cutting the Jeep in half, I decided we might as well go all the way with this one. And next up were big axles so that we could run big tires. And of course, when you're running big tires, big axles, you got a lot of weight under the Jeep. That stock 3.8 liter is just not cutting it anymore. So from there, I spent a winter in my garage teaching myself how to do an LS swap. So now the Jeep is sitting on 42-inch tires and has a 6-liter LS under the hood. I documented that entire process on my YouTube channel because I figured if I'm doing it for the first time, someone else out there is doing it for the first time. And I wanted to be able to provide a little bit of information and context as I'm going through this process so that I could show my followers. So a really big part of my social media and YouTube in particular is doing it yourself. And I've had the luxury of learning how to do all of these different modifications myself, and also working with some really great companies along the way. The company that we're focusing on today is one that I think has really set the Jeep off, and that's Thret Off-road wheels. The wheels I'm running on the Jeep are the Thret Off-road 601 Maze, fully machined, forged beadlocks. Now I can already hear you. Forged is probably a little bit overkill for what I'm putting the Jeep through. A forged wheel is gonna be a perfect setup for someone who's Ultra 4 or racing through the desert. And I'm an East Coast wheeler. That's not what I'm doing here. But going with a forged wheel for me knew that I was gonna have the absolute best material on the market, and it's gonna be super lightweight. And you're right, it is overkill, but I wanted the best. So we've gone over the forged part. Let's talk about some other features on this wheel. Comes in a couple of different finishes. You have the satin bronze with a black ring or the fully machined face. You guys know I'm a sucker for bling, so we went machined. The second thing, we already kind of talked about this, but these wheels are super light. They come in at 29.5 pounds. And when you have this much rotational mass with a big beefy tire, every single pound counts. They come in 5 lug, 6 lug, hell, even a custom drilled 8 lug set, just like I have. And the most important thing, and the thing that I absolutely had to have in my next set of wheels, were the incorporated drain holes in the beadlock ring. You guys have no idea how frustrating it is to have either a pile of ice in your beadlock or just a puddle of water sitting there staining up the wheel all the time. It frustrates the hell out of me, and I knew that the second that I saw these, I knew I had to have them. So like I said, I've had a lot of great companies that have partnered with me on the Jeep, but Thret Off-road is more than a partner. I've got a really great friendship over there, and that team is doing some really cool, innovative stuff in the wheel industry. I knew the second that I saw this, I wanted to be a part of it, and we've got some really cool plans in the future. They've already come along with me. We've done a free wheel giveaway on my social media. They've been a great partner as I'm continuing to grow the YouTube channel, and I'm really looking forward to what we've got coming up next. And I think you guys are gonna wanna see it. It's about time we got this rig on the trails, put these wheels to the test, and really see how they function on the trail. Again, a huge thank you to Thret Off-road for allowing me to join the team. And make sure, if you guys haven't already, go check them out on Instagram, Thret Off-road, ThretOffroad.com. Take a look through their collection. I promise you'll find a set of wheels you want for your rig. And if you want to see where we take this Jeep, make sure you follow me on all social medias at A Guy With A Jeep and youtube.com/A Guy With A Jeep.